So leads to another question, because you could call what you're saying there what a Forrester Gartner would say. You got to be a trusted advisor, not a seller, right? Not somebody representing an organization that's trying to make a sale. You're trying to be, I would say, and I love this kind of, forget who said this, but transition even beyond trusted advisor to peer or colleague, because you're so interested, and you as a salesperson, you talk to way more of their peers than they do most of the time, right? You have learning from talking to their peer group that they don't even have. Is that kind of, whether you call it a trusted advisor, a peer, a colleague, is that an important part to establish that relationship? Not asking that yes, no, not putting a timeline on it, right? Not trying to band qualify everybody immediately, you know?
It's interesting to see when new account executives on board, new sales on board, who can establish relationships quickly and who finds it a little bit more painful. The hack on sales and revenue strategy in my mind over the past couple of decades is to actually understand the person that you're trying to solve problems for more than the problem itself in the first occasion. So when I go out and I meet people, they are people as well. They have children, they have lives, they have recreational habits, whatever they're doing. It's really important for anyone in a relationship role to try to understand the other person and truly care about that other person as well. When you establish that base relationship, you have what I call sand in the fishbowl in terms of understanding how they operate. Then that trust factor builds and continues to grow. And without trust, particularly with large enterprise deals, you just don't have a company that can operate effectively.
And so that's an interesting thing, their trust, because in an ABM model, it's all about, and we don't, in B2B overall, it's all about relationships, right? And especially in an ABM model, it's not about saying, oh, look at those intent signals. Wow, let's go after them. It's, here are the companies that we're going to grow with. Let's start the relationship. Let's begin, right? And then when they get into an RFP or they get into that buying cycle, we're known and we're trusted. How does that work into a quota-based system? Building relationships over time, nurturing those relationships that, like back to the band, that aren't band qualified at the beginning, but they're the perfect people we want to have those relationships with.
So how do you establish and grow trust within these accounts, particularly in ABM and larger scale enterprise opportunities, knowing that there might not be an initial deal right in front of you at that moment? Ultimately, if you believe in your company and you believe in your product, the delta, the asymmetry is being able to effectively translate what solutions you provide to that customer. And then it becomes a temporal question as to when they might understand that or when the dynamics of the company might be right for them to actually take the next step. There are a multitude of things you can do in a discovery or sales or relationship management process to continue to build trust, but also expose some of the benefits of your platform or services relational to the issues and the pain that the customer has. If you can't identify pain, then and try to solve that pain with medicine, which your company provides, then you're going to have consistent issues translating your company's value to market.
A lot of time we talk to people that have been living with the pain for a long time. And the longer that we live with the pain, the more that we deprioritize it. We've been living with it so long, it's just the way that it is. And especially like in a SaaS model. Oh, that sounds really great. We're doing okay right now. That would probably require us to get procurement involved. We'd have to retrain a bunch of people. And I think we're just pretty good for now. We've been living this. We'll be all right. You know?
The pain of doing nothing, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. A lot of customers across a lot of industries are struggling with the do I get off the couch kind of issue. I know things aren't great. I know we've got challenges and problems, but I'm already busy enough. So if I have to pick up a new project and try to learn a new piece of software or learn a new process, it's very painful for me to do. I think in those situations, you have to expose for them the level of pain that actually exists. And you can do that through various tooling. You've got case studies and testimonials. You have ROI analyses and business case documentation you can put together. peer meetings with others in a similar industry where they've had challenges, they selected your product or service, and now they want to explain how that worked to your new prospect. But it's about taking a journey with them as opposed to selling to them. That's the critical part of wrapping this all up into establishing trust, identifying pain, and taking a journey with your customer as opposed to trying to find a specific end date.